What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Trading Crypto live stream. Give me a 1 2 1 2 if everything sounds good. The music isn't too loud. I'm coming through clear. And once I get that 1 2 1 2, we'll get started. Great. Okay, so we're gonna always start with BTC. BTC had a decent size retracement today. This is that 4-year cycle. I've gone over this several times before in the past, and we still are within the parameters of a bear market cycle. And I think the bear market, I think with the bottoms will be coming here towards the end of the year, January, once we capitulate down to around that $14,000 range, which I think should be happening pretty soon. Something I want to show you before we start looking at some altcoins. Here's the 2-hour chart on, not 2-hour chart, the 2-day chart on BTC. We're gonna zoom in and just take a general look on this downtrend since the high of 69,000 here. And there's a lot of similarities happening right now. And I went over this in a video of BTC and why I think it's going down to around 14,000. And I think 14,000 is going to be the bottom for BTC. I know a lot of people are calling for 10,000. But you can see 14,000 was during the halving peak after the last bear market or bull market top. The halving peak was that 14,000, and that is the next support area for BTC. Since we did fall below the previous bull run high, which has never happened before until this bull run, this bear market. This bear market has been doing a lot of new things compared to the last two. So just something I want to show you guys real quick, and why I think we're to be capitulating down to around 14,000. So bear with me here. So we have this consolidation right here. We have this consolidation right here. So we'll be drawing quite a few lines on this. We have this one right here. So you're kind of getting what you kind of can guess what I'm getting at. And that one right there. And we're currently in another one right now. And each one of these has been followed, if we zoom in closer here, by a capitulation down. I mean, if we just go here and we draw the hammer, we went up to here, went up to around 47, got the hammer, capitulated all the way down to around 28,000, trolled up a little bit, and then we met with the hammer here, saw the big drop. Similar, we started growing back up. Everyone's like, hey, the bottom's in. I got the hammer, capitulated down. This one right here, similar. We had that uptrend right there. Everyone said the bottom was in. Hammer, we shot down. And similar to that, we are currently within another one of those, and we are below those 2-day main support of around 20,000. The next support is that 14,000. So what I think is going to happen is very similar to every other time. We're to be doing this consolidation, or not consolidation, this movement to the upside, and everyone's going to be yelling that the bottom's in. And then we're to be seeing that hammer come for that one last capitulation on BTC, which sends us down to the $14,000 range. And from there, I think this will be the bottom for BTC. And I think it's be coming towards the end of the month, end of December, beginning of January. We're to be seeing that capitulation down to this main support at around 14,000. What I'm currently waiting for myself, if we go to, I believe I was looking at the 1 week. If we look at this WTX here, this WTX has called the bottom every single time except this current bear market. See the WTX printed a green here. That was the bottom of the 2015 bear market. We printed a buy signal right here on end of December in 2018, which was the bottom of the bear market there. And previously we did print one back in July, but that was obviously not the bottom for BTC. So what I'm kind of looking for here is we kind of had a double top for BTC. I'm going to look for a double bottom here. I'm going to look for another green print on the WTX. And I think once we get that green print on the WTX, that is going to bring that official bottom in. And that is around that $13,500, $14,000 area. You know, RSI's RSI is low enough. You know, it's as low as it was in the bottom of the last bear markets. So we're getting close to it, guys. We're getting very, very close to the bottom. I think it's just a matter of weeks until we're finally there. Okay, so with that, what do we got? We got 1 2. Everyone can hear me? Fantastic. So let's jump into YFII and see what's going on there. So we have YFII, which is down 11.11%. Actually, before we jump into the coins, let's just take a general look at how the market's doing right now. And as you can see, coins are down a lot right now. I mean, BTC is only down 3.9%, Ethereum's down 7.6%, BNB absolutely getting wrecked with the FUD down to 233. We're going to be going over BNB a little bit in depth later today and find out where those support areas are on its way down to 0, which people are thinking that it's heading to. We have Doge down 10, Cardano's down 11, Polkadot's down 10. That's crazy. So out of the top 100, let's see which one's doing the worst. Filecoin's doing the worst, down 25% today. That's nuts. Solana's down a good 12% at $12.33. That's not a bad buy in my personal opinion. Okay, so let's jump into YFII. So YFI down 10.8% at 1,239. I like this coin. I've longed and short this coin and made some decent profit on it. I like it because the max supply and the circulating supply are so small. There's only 40,000 coins that will ever be in existence, and 39,000 of those are already in circulation. The market cap is also extremely small. So this is a very volatile coin that can go up and down super fast, which makes it a very risky but very profitable long and short play coin. You see the all-time high in this was 9,251 about 2 years ago. All-time low was $97, a little over 2 years ago. So let's take a look at YFII. Okay, so we're going to clean this up and we're going to start fresh. Let's just take a general look at the indicators and the chart. We're looking at the 4 hour right now. Had this, am I looking at the right chart? Yeah, I am looking at the right chart. We had this decent size run up here, big capitulation. Luckily, when we were here, we actually all got in it long on the Discord. We were all talking about it. We all entered long and made some good profit there. And now we're starting this downtrend once again. We're doing the step down pattern. You can see we stepped down, created a step, had the step down, consolidated, created another step. We stepped down, and it currently looks like it wants to consolidate sideways and make another step. If we look at the WTX is pretty low. If we take a general look at where the WTX usually goes in the past, we do get buy signals before it starts a reversal, and you can see that last buy signal was on September 22nd, and if you would have bought there, you would have caught this huge run up. So I'm going to be waiting for a buy signal here in YFII. RSI is pretty low. MACD just flipped bearish on the 4 hour as well. So let's draw a fib on this and try to dissect it a little bit, see what's going on. So let's zoom in here. Oh shoot, let's zoom in here real quick, take a look at it. So we actually broke below the 786, which is not good. I mean, if you want cheaper YFI, it's good, but as of right now, you can see we fell right below the 786. We're currently testing it as resistance right now. We're not overtaking it. RSI looks like it wants to tail down. WTX hasn't printed a buy signal yet, so YFII currently looks like it wants to do similar to what it did right here and right here. We want to chop sideways until we see that capitulation down in this main support area at around 1,075. So I'm kind of going to be looking for 1,075 for YFII. And if we do enter down, I mean, if we do head back down here, I might place another long. Depends on how the market's looking, depending on how BTC is also looking, because obviously this thing follows BTC pretty heavily. I mean, if we just do a BTC overlay on it real quick, you see when Bitcoin started crapping the bed, this crapped the bed along with it. So very similar. It's just a boat upon the tide of BTC. So short term right now, let's keep an eye on the 786. I think we're just going to be bopping around here similar to these last two steps until we see that final capitulation down to around 1,075. And then once we get to 1,075, we could talk about possibly making another reversal and heading to the upside, because I don't think we're gonna be dropping below that main support. We did back here for that long stretch of boringness that you guys all remember of BTC being the same price forever. But I mean, if BTC does head down to 14,000, a lot of coins are gonna be putting in very, very lower lows than they currently are right now. So if you want to talk about hypothetically if BTC goes down to 14,000, we're gonna have to go by these fib areas. So if we did break below that 1,100, we'd be going down to the 1,618, and it would just get bad. That is just if hypothetically if BTC went down to around 13,000. But short term right now, let's keep an eye on 1,010 for YFII, and then we'll assess the situation at a later time. So with that, we have chrono, we have time. So So time is down 10.7% at $56. This is actually very cheap for time right now. Similar to YFI. I mean, not similar in its use, but similar with its setup. Has a small total supply with a small market cap, can easily pump, can easily dump. It's very risky, but very profitable long and short play coin. All-time high is 569 about 11 months ago. So the top of the last bull run, all-time low was 3 years ago at 37 cents. If you would have bought this 3 years ago, right now in the bear market, you'd be up 14,000%. So in the bear market, you'd be up 14,000. I can't imagine what you would have been up 11 months ago when it was $569. So let's look at Chrono. So Chrono right now is actually looking like it wants to reverse. We actually just printed on this current candle a buy signal on the WTX. The RSI did flip green, which is saying, hey, it might be a good time to purchase or pick up some of this coin. And the MACD, let's zoom in here. I don't know why my MACD always gets small, and every time I go to a new chart, it just gets super small. MACD did just dip down a little bit bearish, but I'm going to be looking at these main two indicators right here, the WTX and the RSI. So we're pretty oversold. We do have a buy signal currently active on Chronotech. You can see in the past, before we started this big step up right here, this area where we're currently at $55 was a pretty big support area for us. I mean, look, we pretty much hovered around that area for God knows how long. How long did we stay around that 55 support? We got down here. Yeah, we got down here around August of 2022, and that was our support all the way until November. So pretty much just consolidating sideways. So this is a pretty heavy support area for Chronotech right now. So I don't see any reason why we wouldn't get a bounce off here unless BTC craps the bed and goes lower. So let's draw a fib on this and kind of dissect where we might be going from here. Great. So as of right now, we broke below the 0.5, currently heading down to the 618 area at around $54. So I'd be keeping an eye on that $54. You can see we have dipped below that area before when we were consolidating around this 55 area. You can see we dipped back below that in August, just throwing some candles down there. So if you, this isn't financial advice, but if you wanted to enter a long on this, it might not be a bad idea to try the 618. I mean, if you think BTC is going to recover, not go any lower, because if BTC goes lower, this will go lower. But we're going to pretend BTC isn't affecting this coin right now and just go off the technicals. The technicals on this are WTX printed a buy, RSI is oversold. So let's keep our eye on the 618 at around 53.75 for a possible reversal back up to this double resistance area at the 382 at around 63. So if we did bounce off that 618 and head back up to the 382, that'd be approximately a 17% pump back up here, which wouldn't be bad. That'd be, I mean, imagine going long, you know, 20-30x on that. That'd be some good profit right there. But just judging by the indicators, we are massively oversold. And usually when we get oversold on the RSI, you can see what happened. We were oversold here for a while, oversold on the RSI as well. And then we got this initial pump right here. We were oversold right down here. We were printing buy signals right down here in this little gully. We had a nice little pump right here. So not saying we're going to have a massive run up, but usually when we see the RSI and the WTX pair up like this, we usually see some sort of decent sized move to the upside. Not a gigantic move, because you can see in the past they've just been decent sized move, but a large move nonetheless. I mean, this is nothing to sneeze at. 54% is nothing to sneeze at in a bear market. So, and this, even the smaller one here that looks small, that was 25%. That's not bad. So we could be seeing something similar to that, a bounce off the 618 at 53 and then heading up to this double resistance at around 62, which I forgot what that was. I think it said 17%, 19, 20% gain from there, which does fall into what it has been doing on this way back down. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for time right now, is a bounce off the 618 and heading back up to the 382. So with that, guys, I'm open. So who wants their coins charted, just post them in the chat and I'll take a look at them. We're actually going to jump into BNB real quick. We're going to do a little bit of a deep dive into BNB TA. We're gonna look at the 1 hour, we're gonna look at the 4 hour, we're gonna look at the day chart. We're gonna see if it's going to go to zero. Thumbs up, bitches. Welcome, chef. So BNB on the 1 hour chart. We're gonna be looking at all the time frames on this, try to get all the information we can possibly squeeze out of this chart for BNB. So as of right now, BNB, just looking at the chart from right here, it's looking like it's doing a step down, very, very heavy step down with big steps. You can see we drop down here, consolidated sideways, drop down here, consolidated sideways, drop down here, consolidated sideways. And if we just take a general look at where we're at right now, we're currently getting not rejected, but we're currently having a difficult time getting over the 618. RSI is oversold. We have been printing buy signals on the WTX, but as you can see, these buy signals have gone, you know, not invalid. I mean, we did have a little bit of movement up after we got the buy signal, but it's followed by a big capitulation. And when this normally happens, this is due to the FUD. I mean, FUD and uncertainty is a catalyst that overpowers technical indicators. Say if BNB was just fine and I was looking at this chart, I'd be like, hey man, this thing's about ready to rip. Look how far the RSI is down. Look at, we're printing buy signals. I'd be like, hey, enter along here. This is going to look good. But with the FUD and everything that's coming out about BNB right now, that is a catalyst that overpowers all these indicators right now. So short term right now, we're gonna have to look at these fibs. So on the fib right now, we're getting bouncing off the 618 at that $232